following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Welcome in, everybody. It is Waggin Tales Wednesday, one of my favorite days. Coming up a little later, we're going to talk to Lisa Daggs, who's got a brand new single. We debuted it at 11/11 yesterday. And she's going to be joining us and telling us a little bit of her story and why this song matters so much to her. And we've also got a little visit to the farm. It is Waggin Tales Wednesday, and we always have an animal story on Waggin Tales Wednesday. And Cole Overton came to Angel Horse Farm. A lot of people have come to me and they said, "Oh, I really want a horse. I want a horse," but they have no idea that there's a lot of upkeep to a horse. You know, you just don't have them and you put them out in a pasture and forget about. No, there's a lot of upkeep. And Cole Overton is a farrier in Wilson County, and he studied under Tommy Aparo and Tommy Apela. Sorry, got the wrong last name on there, but he comes to the farm all the time. And I thought it'd be kind of interesting if you ever saw what a horse goes through. Every 6 to 8 weeks, the farrier comes out and gives them a hoof trim. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to take you out there. It's kind of peaceful when you watch it. Take a look. Maybe you've heard it said the cheapest thing about having a horse is the day you buy them. Then there's all the upkeep, including every 6 to 8 weeks, a pedicure. Yep, they've got to have their hooves trimmed. Now, if they get shoes on their feet, that's another expense. But just for their health, they definitely need to have their hooves trimmed. And at Angel Horse Farm, my farm for senior equines and special needs livestock, we call on the help of Cole Overton. And he takes care of horses in record time. He trims down the bad and he leaves all the good and gets them where even as seniors they can walk well and they have a nice healthy life.
Easy. Wow. Easy. All right.
When you get down to the white, what is that?
This, that's healthy foot. All the dark stuff I cut off, that's old. Sorry.
Cole Overton always makes this very difficult job seems so easy. He is a real professional, which is what you need. Angel Horse Farms calls on him every 6 to 8 weeks to help the animals that end up here at Angel Horse from all sorts of different ways. Some had a parent that passed away, and some had an owner that moved away, and some come from really, really bad situations where they show up looking like a skeleton and need a lot of refeeding and a lot of help to get them back on their feet. But they find lots of love at Angel Horse, and we wanted to share a little bit about horse ownership with you.
We got another chance to rise above the emptiness. Got a brand new plan, forming like a silhouette. Our eyes are looking up, gonna get what we want. Our time to overcome. The stars align for us. Hearts soaring like a dead plane, crushing and we never look back. Tell them this is our game. We're taking it with all that we have. It'll never be the same. Victory rewriting the past. Hearts soaring like a jet plane, crushing and we never look back. Never look back. Never look back. Up until the last call, staying until the end, together through it all.
A lot of people ask me about the farm and they go, are those animals in the intro yours? Yes, and that's part of their story. So I thought I would just take you, since it's a Waggin Tails Wednesday, to tell you a little bit about what I do. It's just kind of a love thing. Angel Horse Farm on Instagram if you want to follow all the shenanigans. If you want to follow music, Music City is open and ready, and there are some great shows. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to have one of the guests, the Discovery artist, that will be on Backstage Nashville at 3rd and Lindsley. It's a matinee show, but that is not the only music in Music City.
Play on it like it's your biggest hit record.
Well, you've been away. We've been busy.
Designing
Oh, let me try that one on.
and writing.
And cooking.
And recording. Come on back. Whenever you're ready.
And creating.
Come on back.
And creating.
Any time of year.
And creating.
Come on back. We're holding steady.
And creating.
Come on back.
And still hot.
We'll be right here.
So come on back to the one place that never gets old.
And always feels like new.
Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
I was so happy to be part of an event by Leadership Middle Tennessee, and we discussed tourism in Middle Tennessee, and that was something put together by Visit Music City, and just kind of a little video to kind of show how incredible and how varied all our music is in Music City, and all of our food and things that we do. All so much fun, and we are open and ready for business. So we hope that you'll come visit us. Also, we've got something very, very cool coming up in Gatlinburg. I'll be hosting the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival, and I hope you'll be a part of it. If you want all the details about going to Gatlinburg, just keep your eyes right here, because Kara Hogan has the scoop.
Hey everybody, I'm Cara Hogan and I'm the Executive Director of the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is a 3-day music event in and around Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountains, August 18 through 21. The festival is all around Gatlinburg and surrounding areas. There are free performances with 100 #1 hit songwriters and artists on stages like Old Red, Skylift Park, Old Smoky, the Gatlinburg Inn, Park Vista, and many more, including the new Shine Shack. The Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is made up of over 25 #1 hit songwriters. We also have selected songwriters from all levels. Some are new to songwriting, others have 5, 10 CDs, They're playing all over the city, and you can actually sit down and get to know your favorite songwriter, the story behind the song. So if you're interested in songwriting, you can actually set up a workshop with a hit songwriter and learn the craft from the ground up. We do have free songwriting events throughout the city every day. There are a few that are paid. Some of those you can reach if you're a member. Membership includes newsletter and perks, discounts. All of those things are available if you're a member, and you can find out about membership at www.gatlinburgsongwriters.com. One of the greatest things about the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival is that you can sit down with songwriters like Tony Arata, who wrote The Dance for Garth Brooks, or Steve Dean, who wrote Watching You for Rodney Atkins. Last year we had Shane Stevens, who was here with the song Fancy Like, which was an Applebee's ad, and it went #1 during the festival. You could be right there with those songwriters and hear the backstory of where those songs came from. Other songwriters include Will Nance, Brady Seals, Pete Salas, Jerry Salley. We have Brian White, Danny Wells, Karen Williams, and we also have local favorite Bobby Tomberlin, who's performed here for years and years at Crystal Creek. He wrote One More Day by Diamond Rio. So plan your trip today for August 18 through 21, 2022 to Gatlinburg to visit the Gatlinburg Songwriters Festival. See you there.
I got to see Cara. She was with Seals and Crofts too out at Mont Haven Arts and Cultural Center. And we had a gala out there and raised money. I think they raised like $50,000, I think, in one night. And a big thanks and a big shout out to all the great work and the school that they're planning to build at Mont Haven Arts and Cultural Center, helping our kids get into the arts, keeping laboring humanity alive. That's what they do. That's what they do out at Mont Haven. Check them out. If you're not ever in Hendersonville, go see them. And if you're third in Lindsley, you might want to check this out, because coming up June 8th at 7 o'clock, Country for a Cause, benefiting the Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital. I'll be there along with TG and Kelly, and we got T. Graham Brown. We got John Barry, John Ford Coley, the Isaacs. Y'all, if y'all didn't know, when the Isaacs sing, that's going to give you just a glimpse into what heaven's going to sound like. I always say that they are the angels God sent down to give us an idea of what heaven's going to sound like. I mean, a whole group of people. Check out the lineup. Country for a Cause. Get your tickets now, because it will be sold out. And a big thanks to Gus Arundale of Springer Mountain Farms Chicken. Best friend a country artist ever had. That's what he does. That's what he do. And what we're going to do right now is go to a friend of mine. She's in the waiting room. And she has got a brand new single out. Lisa.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I am so good. I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so glad about this new. You sent me a song. Now, people don't know, but you came to visit me at WSM, and you said, I have a story and I have a message, and I want you to write it with me.
Yes.
And I've never felt such a weight of wanting to help usher in something in my life, because I loved your message. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you came to be the singer-songwriter and the minister that you are now?
Thanks, Devin. Thanks for having me on. You know I love you.
Likewise.
I've been singing for over 30 years, and I had a radio show on Salem Media Network called Reality Check, Recovery Talk on the Radio. And the theme that I kept hearing, I'd have people share. I have 33 years clean and sober.
Amen.
And
yes.
Woohoo! Had $1,000 a day, and I don't do any today. So that's a good thing. I had a lot of close calls in my life. I shouldn't even be here. But the thread through everyone's story, Devin, is that why wasn't I enough? They would share their story on air. It was a 30-minute show, and what life was like, what happened, and what life's like now. And so many of them would say, I don't know why I wasn't enough for him not to leave, or why wasn't I enough for my parents not to turn me out, or for my husband to turn me out, and walk the streets, or why wasn't I enough? And I asked a good friend of mine who's a doctor. He was a chief hepatologist in Sacramento area. I am a California girl, but lived in Nashville 3 times and still live here for good. I'm here. Gave birth to my daughter at Vanderbilt. She's almost 22, so y'all can pray for me. But my friend Tony Albanese is a hepatologist, the chief hepatologist, now addiction specialist. And I had him on my show and I said, Tony, is this just a woman thing that we don't feel like we measure up, or why is there so much competition, or why do we have this feeling of not being okay with us? You know, we need to be more somehow. And he said, no, it's not just a woman thing. It's a human thing. And so we wrote, Ronnie and I wrote the majority of this, and then we were kind of stuck. And I said, let's call Devin.
Oh.
And I'm so glad, because you know that we just released this yesterday at 11/11, which is my sobriety date, 11/11/89. So numbers mean something to me.
Well,
And
it's May 11th.
Yours is May 11th?
Today is May 11th.
May
See?
11th. Whoa, 5/11. Yeah. This is my daughter's birth month too. But it just really came alive. I believe it came alive, and it's so raw, and it's everyone's story. And I just checked, Ronnie just sent me the analytics on YouTube, and over 89 hours, the song has been listened to since yesterday morning.
Wow.
89 hours. We have 15,000 views so far.
It's because it's a powerful song. And I know that we have got people listening to this show that are relating to this. They loved it yesterday. Oh, Rhonda's checking in, and Rhonda says, hi, Lisa. Love you.
I love you back.
And Elizabeth, woohoo, congrats.
Thank you.
You are
Thank
in
you.
God's eyes. Yeah. It's so people pay attention. They know what's going on.
It's the real deal.
Before we get more of your story, I want to play the song because I want people to understand you are enough. And this song came from a very real place. We'll hear more of the story with Lisa Daggs coming up in just a second.
Who you are, they don't know just who you are. They see the lines, the tracks, the scars, but that won't tell them who you are. You've walked through pain. Don't you know you're more than shame? God sees you and He knows your name. He made you just the way you are. You're stronger than you know, and weaker than you show. You struggle to be loved, but you've always been enough. Perfect lady in the pew, everyone looks up to you, but they don't hear your secret tears. You cry when no one else is near. Hasn't it become too hard, always keeping up your guard? You hide away your broken heart from those who love you as you are. You're stronger than you know, and weaker than you show. You struggle to be tough, but you've always been enough. perfectly broken, forgiven and redeemed. We are fierce, we are survivors. The same cross made us free. And you're stronger than you know, and weaker than you show. You struggle to be loved, but you've always been enough. You are enough.
Oh,
Wow.
man, I tell you what, every time I hear it, it makes me cry because I think the message of you are enough it bears repeating, as my grandma
Yes.
used to say.
You know, it's sad, you know, there's been so many suicides and so many people I don't know how we can fix it, but just to everyone reach out to somebody and let them know how loved they are. And it's okay to be you. You know, it's okay to be you. God made you just the way you are. He doesn't always want us to stay the way we were, like me, you know, so trapped in a drug addiction and alcoholism, and always reaching for that blue ribbon, Devin, and
Yeah.
never ever really getting it. Got the red one a lot, second place, you know, and always made me feel just a little less, you know. And I don't know why it says Lisa Daggs and Ronnie Horton, but yes, everybody, I am married to Ronnie Horton, and he had a part. All three of these names that have a part in that song.
Yes, and Sweet Ronnie was the one singing right next to you in that video, singing those beautiful harmonies, and that's
Really, you know, someone asked if we wanted a third one on there. I said no. And I loved we didn't have a talk before the guys did this, but they all were very reverent and almost looking down at their instruments as if I was just having the conversation with the person and they weren't listening in. It was and it was just a God thing.
Well,
I don't
speaking
know
of
what
God
to say.
thing, I want to ask you, would
Okay.
you share your addiction recovery testimony of love in an abbreviated way?
Sure.
Can you share it a little bit? Because I know that you have a connection to one of our friends and one of our partners here at the show, Adult and Teen Challenge.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, I went to Teen Challenge, but don't remember sitting in the office. My mom took me there, but I wasn't ready yet.
That's okay. You know, that's the thing. There's always hope. And there's somebody out there right now that's listening that has a child, and
Yes.
you don't give up because the first time didn't take, or even the second or third.
Right. I still had to hit my bottom. And my bottom, Devin, and everyone listening, was facing 3 to 5 and losing a tour that I had to go on a Department of Defense tour. But at the time, I was $1,000 a day rock cocaine user. I drank champagne was my choice. Rock cocaine was my choice. I'd smoke weed. In that time, I had an all-girl band, and I was singing up in Lake Tahoe. We were getting ready to go on the Department of Defense tour all over Korea and where the diving is, where the beautiful the Great Barrier Reef, just all over, and sing to the lonely military men, an all-girl band, and I got arrested. And that was not my first time, but that was my fourth time of being arrested. And my mom, I lost her almost 3 years ago. That was devastating, but I didn't have to drink and I didn't have to use, because I have some tools and I have great friends that are not yes people that will call me on my stuff. And that's important in life. Important for me to be real. And I went into rehab, and I kind of thought, well, if I could just get into rehab and still go, that would be great. I was still in the manipulation process of trying to figure out how I could make this work. My dream finally coming true of traveling with my band called Lisa Daggs with a Touch of Class. And I had to stay and go to rehab. And that was my big eye opener, losing something that I worked so hard for. And facing 3 to 5 was scary. A girl like me, I didn't want to be in jail. I didn't want to be in prison. I don't think anybody wants to be, but God rescued me. And I'm a writer of a book called No Turning Back, Regardless, How God Rescued Me, Restored My Life and my heart with a song. It's my story, and Salem actually put that out. It's on Amazon and Regnery Publishing. So God is good, and he heard my cry for help. And I can say that 11/11/89 is my sobriety date, and I've got 33 years clean and sober.
Amen. That's so awesome.
I did it with his help. I did it. I tried so hard, Devin, to quit drinking, and then I'd use, and then I'd try to quit using because I had bloody noses, and then I'd just drink, and then, oh, well, I'll smoke it. That'll be better. Oh, God Almighty, help me. And he did.
Yeah.
God
And,
Almighty.
and bringing that back, and you think about going into churches, there are a lot of people who come with their stories, but there's some people who would never understand the bottom that some people hit. And they walk in and they see someone who's perfect. And they
this is me. I thought I'd come on barefaced with you.
There you go. There you go. And you know
real.
What? It's not about being perfect. It is about being real, and it's about being honest about how tough it is, and at the same time, how good God is. And I thank you for sharing this story, and I thank you for sharing this. And now, how can people get this music? How can they get?
You know that the CD isn't even released yet. This is the first song I put out there. So we've got YouTube. Go to YouTube and look
You
for
Are Enough, and just
You
put that
Are Enough, people. You are enough, just the way you are. He made you just the way you are.
I love it.
And he loves you. He just doesn't want you to stay in your addictions and the things that hurt you and ruin your life and the choices we make. And we choose the wrong men. Why? Because we've been taught weird things.
Because we've been taught we're not enough. And we have to surround ourselves with something to make us enough. But only one can make us enough.
He's the only one.
Yeah. Well,
I love you, girl, so much.
I love you right back. I'm going to play, I'm going to go to Gene's video. Our friend Gene Garcia, he is the stuff, and he runs the Adult and Teen Challenge Heartland that is in Murfreesboro, Memphis, and Clarksville. And
they're give me a call.
Yeah, they're absolutely. And I just saw on his Facebook page, he was ordained this week.
Congratulations to him. That's fantastic.
He is on, and he's going to be visiting with us on Friday. So y'all watch. He's got a whole new story to tell you, but I just want to share with you, if you are struggling or someone else is struggling and you go, I can't afford to pay a big rehab bill. Well, guess what?
It's free.
Adult and Teen Challenge has got a great way to help you with that. Lisa, give Ronnie a big old hug for me.
I will. He's ordained as well. He's a minister. He's an evangelist. I will give him a big old hug, and just know it's worth the journey. And you got to start by forgiving yourself. You really do. And it's worth it. You are enough.
Oh, I love you, sweet girl.
I love
have a
you,
great
baby.
day. Take care. See you soon.
Okay, we will. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Bye. And she is incredible. Go see Lisa Daggs. She's got the grooviest, I always say the grooviest Jesus show in town. Go see Lisa if she's anywhere near you. Go see it. LisaDaggs.net. And about Gene Garcia, you want to write this number down if you've got someone or you are struggling.
Hello, my name is Gene Garcia. I'm the Outreach Director for Adult and Teen Challenge Murfreesboro. Adult and Teen Challenge is an 8-month program with a 4-month mandatory re-entry. At this program, men are going to learn life coping skills through biblical principles. Our main objective of this program is not just to get someone off of drugs, but to teach them a whole new way of life. During this program, there'll be a work program that'll teach job acquisition support. There will be budget training, and there will also be church services that we'll go to weekly. If you would like to come to this program or got questions about the program, please call me. I can be reached at 615-624-7878. I could be emailed at gene@atctn.org. And our website for more information is atctn.org. Thank you and God bless you.
What if you could learn how to grow your own food, raise chickens and milk cows, how to harvest, cook, can, and preserve, how to have babies at home and homeschool them as they grow, how to keep bees and start a flower garden, how to spin and weave wool, and even build, mostly a more sustainable life. And what if while you're learning, you could hear some of the greatest songs and stories from some of your favorite singers and storytellers of all time? And what if all that could happen in one weekend, in one big field of dreams? On June 3rd and 4th, here at our farm an hour south of Nashville, we're bringing together some of the most influential speakers, teachers, musicians, and icons for a 2-day event where you can learn not only how to grow your own food, but how to grow a life filled with meaning and purpose. Get your tickets today at thehomesteadfestival.com.
Wow, what a show today, huh? Share our show. Make sure that wherever you're watching on all of our platforms for Main Street, whether you're at the Portland Sun or the Hendersonville Standard, maybe you're up at the Main Street Clarksville area. Maybe you're at Main Street Nashville. If you're on YouTube, we're at Main Street Today, and we also have Main Street Nashville YouTube, where we have Mornings on Main Street every morning at 7. In the afternoon, we have sports, Main Street Sports Today. There's a lot of Main Street and a whole lot of local stories, and we love sharing your stories. And everybody's asking me about my farm. Yep, they all mine. All the animals, and we do therapy every single day, mostly for me at Angel Horse. Be safe, everybody. Be kind. Remember, most of all, like Lisa says, you are enough and you are loved. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like a southern Sunday summer. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.